Prepare your camo face paint, load your tranquilizer gun, and get ready to deploy. One of the most beloved and influential games of all time is getting the full next-gen treatment. Today, we're diving deep into everything you need to know about Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, the ambitious remake of a true masterpiece. For years, fans have dreamed of a modern Metal Gear Solid remake, and after what felt like an eternity, Konami finally made it official. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is coming. But what exactly is Delta? The name itself is significant. Konami has stated that the Greek letter delta signifies change or difference without altering the structure. This perfectly encapsulates what they're aiming for, a faithful recreation that changes the visual and technical experience, but not the core narrative or gameplay design. This isn't just a remaster, it is a fully fledged remake built from the ground up. Developed by Virtuos, a studio known for their excellent port work on titles like Dark Souls Remastered and Nier Automata on Switch, in close collaboration with Konami themselves. This commitment to fidelity is key. The most immediate and striking upgrade is undoubtedly the visuals. Metal Gear Solid Delta is being developed in Unreal Engine 5, and the results so far are breathtaking. We're talking about a complete graphical overhaul. Environments that were once polygonally dense are now lush, hyper-detailed jungles teeming with life. Think volumetric fog, dynamic lighting, and shadows that react to the time of day and weather. An incredibly realistic foliage that Snake can truly hide in. Every leaf, every branch, every muddy puddle feels tangible. Character models have been meticulously rebuilt from the ground up, capturing the iconic looks of Naked Snake, the boss, Ocelot, and the rest of the unforgettable cast with incredible fidelity. You can see the grime on their faces, the intricate textures of their uniforms, and the subtle facial expressions that bring Hideo Kojima's dramatic story to life like never before. The attention to detail extends to the smallest elements, from Snake's equipment to the intricate designs of their enemy bases. This isn't just a graphical upgrade, it's a complete reimagining of the game's atmosphere for a new generation. This is where things get really interesting. Konami has repeatedly stated their intention to keep the original gameplay structure largely intact, which means the brilliant stealth, survival, and CQC mechanics should remain at their core. However, largely leaves room for significant and welcome quality of life improvements. First, controls and camera. The original MGS3 had a fixed, often restrictive camera and a more classic, tank-like control scheme. Delta appears to feature a modern, over-the-shoulder third-person camera system similar to Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, offering far greater situational awareness and fluidity. Player movement should also be significantly modernized, allowing for more intuitive traversal and aiming. Combat and CQC, while the core CQC moves are iconic, expect more refined hitboxes, smoother transitions and potentially new contextual actions. Aiming, especially in first person, will likely be far more precise and customizable, benefiting from modern controller layouts and potentially even haptic feedback. Camouflage and survival. The intricate camouflage system was revolutionary. In Delta, with enhanced visuals, blending into the environments will be even more intuitive and satisfying. The survival elements, hunting, healing injuries, managing stamina, will also see streamlined interfaces, making them less cumbersome while retaining their strategic depth. Imagine more realistic injury visuals and animations, immersing you further into Snake's desperate struggle. User interface. A massive area for improvement is undoubtedly the UI. The original's menus were dense. You can expect a much cleaner, more intuitive user interface for inventory management, radio communications, and the map, making critical information more accessible without breaking immersion. The promise is clear. It will feel like the MGS3 you love, but respond like a modern game. This balance is crucial for both veterans and newcomers. Perhaps the most important detail for many fans, Konami has confirmed that the iconic narrative of Metal Gear Solid 3 will remain completely untouched. This means no retcons, no rewritten dialogue, and no changes to the masterful plot that tells the tragic tale of Naked Snake's origins and the birth of Big Boss. What about the voice acting? This is the key question. While the script itself won't change, the original voice recordings from David Hayter as Snake, Laurie Allen as the boss, and the rest of the legendary cast are from 2004. It is highly likely they'll be reusing the original voice lines, but if any new lines are needed due to gameplay changes or new cinematic angles, it remains to be seen if the original actors will return to record them, or if AI upscaling / re-recording with the original actors for new lines will happen. Though, given the keeping the structure motto, new lines are unlikely. The authenticity of those performances is paramount to the game's emotional impact. This is a story that explores themes of loyalty, betrayal, patriotism, and the very nature of truth itself. It is a gripping Cold War spy thriller with sci-fi elements, and is essential that its soul remains intact. For those new to the Metal Gear universe, or even long-time fans who appreciate a refresher, it is vital to understand why Metal Gear Solid 3 is so revered, and why this remake is such a big deal. The Metal Gear Solid series, created by the legendary Hideo Kojima, essentially pioneered the stealth action genre as we know it. It combined intricate gameplay mechanics with groundbreaking cinematic storytelling, philosophical themes, and a healthy dose of quirky humour and fourth wall breaks. Metal Gear Solid from 1998 on the PS1 introduced us to Solid Snake, deep infiltration, codec calls, cinematic cutscenes, and a gripping narrative that redefined gaming storytelling. Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty from 2001 on the PS2 pushed the boundaries of graphics and gameplay, but more importantly, challenged players with complex themes of information control, memes, and identity, often alienating some with its psychological twists. And then there was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater from 2004 on the PS2. This is where our remake comes in. Chronologically, MGS3 is a prequel, set in 1964 during the Cold War. It follows Naked Snake, who would later become Big Boss, on his first major mission. It was a stylistic departure, moving from industrial bases to dense jungles, introducing CQC, close quarters combat, a deep camouflage system, and survival elements like hunting for food and healing injuries. It's often hailed as the pinnacle of the series for its perfectly executed gameplay, incredible boss battles, and arguably the most compelling and emotional story in the entire saga. It is the game that made us truly understand the origins of the Metal Gear universe's central conflict. Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots from 2008 wrapped up Solid Snake's story with an epic, often cinematic conclusion. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain from 2015, an ambitious open-world entry that refined gameplay mechanics to a new level, but left some narrative threads open. The legacy of Metal Gear is one of innovation, deep narratives, and unforgettable characters, and Snake Eater holds a special place as a masterclass in game design and storytelling. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater isn't just a remake, it's a resurrection of a legend. It's a chance for new players to experience one of gaming's greatest stories with modern sensibilities, and for veterans to revisit the jungle, stronger and more beautiful than ever before. The anticipation is palpable, and for good reason. Konami has a monumental task ahead, but if they pull it off, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater could easily be one of the most important remakes of our generation. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater will be launching on PS5, Xbox Series X and PC on August 28, 2025. What are you most excited for in Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more gaming content. I'll see you next time on Everything We Know About.